Yeah, the basketball and hockey.
When is it finished?
93, I think.
Where will it be located?
Right across the street.
They're going to do the same thing they did with Comiskey. Make a parking lot where they pull down this.
Mr. Hughes,
We
do
ready?
you pause mid-cigarette or
Yeah.
not?
No, okay. I hate the new ballpark. You know, I keep the only reason to go is to hope somebody hits a home run through the four-star restaurant window. You know, I'm a
Got to give $1,000 for
popcorn.
that, shouldn't
Yeah, skyboxes. You know, I hate
Just a
that.
two-shot the whole time, right?
Okay, and we have speed if you're all ready. Okay, let's begin.
Did this film jump out of the typewriter, or did you labor over it a little bit with a little bit of pressure?
Well, what I did was a number of versions. You know, they all kind of jump out, and I was looking for one that would jump out. And, you know, there was a fair amount of pressure. You know, the first movie sets a standard that you have to at least achieve and hopefully surpass, which I think we did. So I wrote a number of versions over this last summer. I spent last summer in the house working on Home Alone 2 versions, and I got four full versions done and picked the best one, which I thought was New York. I thought that had the most interesting story and the most opportunities for comedy and drama.
Is there a hardest part about writing these two scripts?
Well, you know, the first one is you know, it's all brand new, and you can take it wherever you want. The second one, I've established a character, and I've established, you know, the burglars, the kid, the notion of a child being left alone. So I have to begin the second one with those guidelines. You know, I mean, I have to deal with those elements, so it makes it more difficult.
Macaulay, going older, I can't really see the changes. I had to watch a little bit of the trailer in another film to see that, yeah, he has grown up a little bit, but it really hasn't changed that much. Was it hard for him to get back into this character, or was it like putting on an old shoe?
Yeah, I think so. You know, he's grown as an actor. So, I mean, I think part of the reason you don't notice a change in his age is that he's playing Kevin. You know? I mean, when you see him today, he's a different kid. When he's playing Kevin, he's Kevin.
Home Alone was really a phenomenon. Exactly how big was this movie? I mean, did it play in Japan as well as it played in France and here and that kind of thing?
It played equally well around the world. I mean, its box office overseas was almost the same as here. So it was, you know, it was _1 picture in Iceland and Turkey and Sri Lanka, and you know, it was all over. It just hit everywhere.
You think it's because it's important, and you, as a writer, I know you don't want to hear this, but I mean, it plays with the sound down almost. You know, you can watch it visually and it works.
You know, the two things I think made it translate across cultures was that it's about family. Family is important everywhere, and it's physical. It's slapstick. It's physical comedy, and everybody gets it. A lot of people say, "Well, I don't really like that kind of humor," but they laugh. You know, and it doesn't require sound or setup. You know, I mean, everybody knows those two guys are trying to get in that house, and it's just eternally funny. Here's two adults who should be able to subdue a child, and they can't do it, and they get outsmarted. And the reason they get outsmarted is because they think they're smarter than the kid, when in fact he's smarter than they are, and he's anticipating everything they're going to do.
Where did you find some of these tricks? I mean, I know you're qualified now to certainly write a Three Stooges episode if they were still doing these, or a Roadrunner one, but I'm, you know, where did you come up with these sick things in your mind, or they just happen to know that they're there?
When I write, I just revert. You know, I say, okay, well now I'm 10. What would it be like? What's available to me, and what would I do? And a lot of the things that Kevin comes up with are very simple. You know, the crooks overthink.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when he pulled the string out, you know, he pulls the doorknob off and it's string connected to it. Don't pull the string.
Is there a Kevin in there in you? Are you Kevin?
I think every girl is Kevin. You know, it's because, you know, kids are far more clever than we give them credit for. I think that's a big part of the appeal. Kevin he's not a Superboy. You know, he's not imbued with any special extraordinary powers. He's not the son of a FBI agent, so that there's weapons or anything. He uses the things around his house to to defeat his enemy. He uses things that everybody has. Give him a ball of string and a couple of nails and a paint can, and he can defend his house.
You definitely turned the gas up on this one, though, didn't you? In all the areas, I think.
Well, yeah, we first time out, we didn't know how funny it was going to be. We knew it would be interesting because his situation is inherently interesting. A child on his own at home. The second time, he's been alone. Now he's got a bigger challenge. This one, he's got to check into a hotel. He's got to get around a big city on his own. There's a lot of different things he has to do. The first one we found, it was very funny. People thought it was really funny. We didn't know. I didn't know how far we could go and not go over the edge with the humor. And everybody laughed and they liked it. So going to the second one, we said, well, we'll bring the burglars in a little earlier and we'll add some extra characters and we'll see how much further we can go. Make it more of a comedy, which we did.
It's a very nice Christmas present. Thank you.
Thank you.
One of my favorite things about these films really is a little thing, although it's not very little, is the class of the John Williams.